LJ McCoy.
Welcome to Francis Marion University for this afternoon's men's basketball tilt. It is the visiting Belmont Abbey Crusaders coming in at 6-6 on the season, coming in to battle the host squad, Francis Marion University, the Patriots. Belmont Abbey in a very light red, solid red, and the Patriots in the white and blue. So let's start with the lineups for Belmont Abbey College. Number 0, LJ McCoy, guard, a senior from Thomasville, North Carolina. Number 3, Quest Aldridge, a guard, junior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Number 5, Sean Halloran, guard, 6 foot, senior from Orlando, Florida. Number 11, Chandler Baker, a guard / forward, sophomore from Woodstock, Georgia. And also Mario Lacey Jr., guard, junior from Cleveland, Ohio. He is a transfer from Urbana, Ohio University. Now starting for the Patriots, Tion Rollins. Rollins, the guard, 6'2" from Tallahassee, Florida, a Polk State College product. Jose Benitez gets the start. Number 4, freshman from Hialeah, Florida. Number 15, Jonah Pierce, in a pseudo forward / center position. He is a freshman from Sanford, Florida. Nejah Jordan, forward, grad transfer from Jacksonville, Florida. He comes in from Florida Tech University, Florida Tech Institute. And number 34, Nick Silva, rounds out the starting lineup. 6'7" freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's interesting to note that Nejah Jordan is here, has his youngest brother gets to play with him as a teammate for 1 year. Nejah Jordan's brother on the bench, dressed for today, number 24, Nari Jordan, may see some playing time a little bit later this afternoon. So for Belmont Abbey, they snapped a 3-game losing streak with a win January 12th over Converse. That took them to 4-4 in the conference. And for the Patriots, they snapped a 4-game losing streak with a win this past Thursday over Erskine College. They beat Erskine 73-61. So we're just about ready to get started. An FMU victory would tie them with Belmont Abbey with 4 victories in conference play. King Converse also have 4 in conference play. So for the Patriots, they're trying to claw into the middle of the pack with a victory today over Belmont Abbey. This game was postponed from a previous date, but today was the opportunity to get it in. So sure enough, we've got the tip-off. Belmont Abbey gets possession. Start of the game is 4-16. Nice start for Nejah Jordan with the defense to prevent a pass. That ball goes out of bounds. Inbound is Quest Aldridge. Aldridge into number 5, Halloran. Halloran's going to take on the responsibilities of point guard for Belmont Abbey. Up and over to Mario Lacey for the lay-in. A great play to start, and we're going to get a full court press right away against Francis Marion. It's Belmont Abbey pressuring the ball. Benitez picks up the dribble, passes errantly. Now Pierce with the ball underneath.
Jonah Pierce.
Pierce takes care of business. 2-2. Back and forth we go. 2 possessions, 2 buckets, 1 each for Belmont Abbey and Francis Marion to get things going.
On the Crusaders, number 13.
Foul against Mario Lacey. First foul of the game. We're only 40 seconds into the game. Bringing up the ball is going to be Tion Rollins. Rollins brings it up. Back to Benitez. Benitez waving to Rollins to go down underneath. Nejah Jordan with the move. Now underneath. Back to Pierce. Or back to Silva. Pardon me. Silva with another bucket. Quick 3-point stroke. Off the mark. Patriots with the rebound. Bringing up the ball is Rollins. Rollins to Silva. Kind of a mishandle there. Belmont Abbey Crusaders take over. driving the lane, and down on the baseline, another missed stroke by Quest Aldridge. So misses kind of a couple of bad looks by Belmont Abbey early on here, only a minute and a half into the first half. Oh, slipped the ball underneath Jose Benitez with good position. However, he is blocked nicely by Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey collects itself, driving to the lane. Quest Aldridge kicks it out and over. Strong move by Mario Lacey underneath. He's going to get fouled. That is a foul against Jonah Pierce, number 15, for the Patriots. So the Patriots are going to collect themselves in the paint while waiting for the inbound to take place for Francis Marion, waiting to get into the game. Number 20, Javon Anderson.
At the line for the Crusaders, number 13.
And you see kind of a tough loss for the Patriots. You can see on the bench, not dressed today, is Alex Cox. Alex Cox, the leading scorer for the Patriots. 13.6 points per game is his running average. So the Patriots are going to have to find ways to replace that average in scoring. Tough to do with Alex Cox on the bench. So with that in mind, free throw for Mario Lacey. Lacey knocks down the second. We are tied at 4. More full court press against the Patriots. So a quick press. Belmont Abbey now has to get back. Rollins slips it underneath. Love that work. Slipping it underneath to Nasia Jordan. Jordan makes no mistake. Jordan doesn't get fancy with it. Instead, he just knocks down the lay-in with the slight room that he had to knock it down. Oh, rebound for the Patriots, number 34, Nick Silva. Anderson's going to slow things down. Rollins now at the point. Rollins to Pierce. Pierce sees a little bit of room. Pierce drives the lane, but instead he is fouled. That's going to be a foul against number 13, Mario Lacey, with 2 quick fouls early on here. I don't expect to see Mario Lacey out on the floor for very much longer at this rate. That already his second foul on the day. So Jonah Pierce goes to the line.
Substitution for the Crusaders, number 23, Bosco Bojovic.
Sure enough, Lacey out and coming back into the game, Bosco Bojovic into the game from Banja Luka, Bosnia, Santa Fe college transfer. Pierce knocks it down. Belmont Abbey quickly down on the baseline and then underneath. Defended nicely. Bosco Bojovic. Bojovic trying to go up, but instead he gets blocked by Nasia Jordan. However, during the block, that's the foul Nasia Jordan did against Bojovic. Number 23 for the Crusaders.
Number 23, Bosco Bojovic.
Bojovic with a few dribbles, gets himself collected, focused, knocks down the first. Front rim, back rim, doesn't matter, goes through the hole, count it for 1. Belmont Abbey tally the point, FMU with an 8-5 lead. Bojovic with another free throw stroke. That one, make no mistake, so 2 for 2 is Bojovic from the line early on. No press this time, or no trap this time from Belmont Abbey. FMU has no problem bringing it up at that rate. Tion Rollins with the ball over to Silva. Silva at the arc corner. Silva's going to try to drive the lane against Bojovic. He gives up the ball. Possession to Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey's got numbers. Smart move by Javon Anderson to get a fingertip on the ball. That ball was going out to Chandler Baker. Chandler Baker was poised and prepared to knock down a three-pointer, but to no avail. Good defense by Javon Anderson. Inbound is Belmont Abbey. Toss the ball into Belmont Abbey. Decent pressure by FMU. Man pressure so far. Over to L.J. McCoy. L.J. McCoy is going to work the baseline. McCoy gets his own rebound. Bojovic can't get it done. It's going to be possession of the Patriots. Bojovic tried to get the handles on it, but the ball did go out of the fingers of Bojovic. Entering in the game, number 1, K.J. Garrett. Also Charles Solomon. Solomon from Monroeville, New Jersey. Garrett from High Point. The city of High Point, not the college. Oh, rebound and the save. Good save by Javon Anderson. Rips it out to Silva. Possession of the Patriots. Patriots with a slim 2-point lead here. 16:35 to go in the first half. Thanks for joining us on the FM Patriots Network. FMU leads 8-6. Slip it underneath. Elbows galore is Naja Johnson. He has defended nicely. Jordan, pardon me. Patriots get back strongly on defense. They're going to say and one. Quest Aldridge takes it to the hole. Basket for Aldridge. Aldridge is going to get the free throw opportunity. Another huddle underneath the rim is Belmont Abbey. So both squads taking time underneath the rim at any pause that they can to collect each other. So two teams showing mental savvy so far. Coming in the game for the Patriots is going to be Johann Steve Yebga. Yebga, sophomore from Paris, France, transfer from Hillsborough College, Community College. He stands at 6'7". He brings some very physical work as a forward for the FMU Patriots squad. Oh, tip in from Boyevich. Nearly goes down. Good work by Boyevich. That ball just in and out off the missed free throw. Patriots take over. Deadlocked at 8. Yebga over to number 34, Silva. Silva to Pierce. Patriots having a hard time getting the ball underneath. Well defended by Belmont Abbey. Alley-oop of sorts, more of an alley pass. And now some out-of-control passing by Belmont Abbey. They get it together, and they're going to continue to press with that three-point stroke. Quest Aldridge knocks things down. Aldridge with a good start. 5 points for him. We're not even 5 minutes into the game. There's Silva with possession. Silva work it to Anderson. Anderson to Yebga. Patriots content to work the shot clock down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Silva to Javon Anderson. Anderson to Pierce. Patriots down to 3 seconds on the clock. Pierce with a glass shot. No luck. In and out. Rebound, Belmont Abbey. Bit of a mishandle on the Belmont Abbey side. LJ McCoy gets it collected. Charles Solomon with a bit of a dipsy-do. Boyevich gets the rebound, slams it to the floor. Possession back to the Crusaders. Dribbling underneath. Great work underneath. LJ McCoy is expecting a foul call there, but to no avail. Silva goes to the lane. Patriots are trying to get some help, trying to get things done there, but they cannot do it. So no call. Ball is going to go out of bounds, so we get the first media timeout. Patriots now down 11-8 to the visiting Belmont Abbey Crusaders.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Thanks again for joining us on the Patriots Sports Network, where Belmont Abbey has moved into an 11-8 lead. The Patriots had the lead up as far as 8-5. Since then, Belmont Abbey has put on some pressure. A couple of turnovers on the side of the Patriots have resulted in, I wouldn't say fast break points won't be credited to the tally, but fast breaks by Belmont Abbey have resulted in rebounds and second chance opportunities for the Crusaders. The result, an 11-8 lead. Leading away for the Patriots, Jonah Pierce with 4 points, 2 points each for Naja Jordan, and Nick Silva. For Belmont Abbey, 5 for Quest Aldridge, including a three-pointer just moments ago. Rebounding has been very solid on the side of Belmont Abbey. 5 rebounds to Belmont Abbey's credit. Patriots 6 rebounds as well. So both teams rebounding the ball rather well. 14:32 to go. Belmont Abbey takes possession out of the media timeout. KJ Garrett handles the ball nicely. Transition to number 5, Sean Halloran. Halloran under some duress. He gets turned over. FMU tries to go fast break. Not handled very well on the side of the Patriots. Belmont takes over. Belmont Abbey is going to charge in, and it's going to be a foul against Johann Steve Yebga. Yebga got his leg tied up with KJ Garrett when Garrett was trying to drive. The result, foul against the Patriots. Belmont Abbey with possession. Inbound is Ryan Maslow. Maslow, the Raleigh, North Carolina prospect. He is a freshman on the Crusaders squad. Boyevich back out to Maslow. Maslow in and out on the three-point stroke. And it's going to be a foul against Belmont Abbey. Coach Gary Edwards saying, hey, did you even see that? And he's talking about something else that happened away from the ball. Regardless, possession to Francis Marion. Now you can see that Belmont Abbey is setting up for a full court press and a bit of a trap here. They're going to show some trap. This time they're not trapping. They're just going to show it and put a little bit of ball pressure on at the full court. Patriots work their way in, and as does Matthew Lee, dribbling into the sideline on the Belmont Abbey bench. And while doing so, he gets fouled by Belmont Abbey. Maslow on the foul. So Benitez now with possession. He's going to calmly collect himself, dribbles once and then picks up his dribble. Risky business there was Benitez picking up his dribble up at the point. Robinson for the Patriots. Jalil Robinson into the game with a missed three-pointer. Columbia, South Carolina product. So another bucket on the side of Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey starting to get their sea legs, if you will. They're starting to look really solid after a slow start. They were down 8-5. Since then, an 8-0 run to open up a 5-point lead here with 13 minutes to go in the first half. Inside and out, back out to Lee. Lee with the rim edge miss, so not a very good look for Matthew Lee. Belmont Abbey's going to take the three-point attempt. Count of three for Sean Halloran. So Sean Halloran knocks down the three from the top of the arc. Belmont Abbey now with a 16-8 lead. So Belmont Abbey really starting to get things figured out. It's been some good quality defensive pressure on the side of Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey is pressuring the entire court, so they're putting pressure on the full court, even on the inbounds after their own buckets. They're either trapping or at least showing a little bit of man pressure, really slowing the Patriots from getting set at their half-court offense. Patriots have so far broken that pressure nicely. The only problem with that is they have not yet been set in a manner of trying to get their half-court offense to operate the way they would like. And they're trying to figure out what they want to do without one of their key scorers out on the floor. And as you can see, if you look at the bench, you can see that Alex Cox, unfortunately not dressed today for the Patriots. So the Patriots are looking for answers, trying to fill that gap of scoring that Alex Cox often brings to the Patriots squad. Benitez now with the ball. Benitez picks it up just short of half court. He now does cross the half court timeline. Benitez over to Tion Rollins. Rollins back into the game. Rollins waving, trying to urge his teammates to get in position. Double defense, two players on defense defending Nick Silva, trying to make sure Silva doesn't have his way underneath the rim. Open three-pointer from Benitez. Benitez's ball gets off the rim, and then I love the putback. Nigel Jordan with the great follow-up off of the three-point miss for the Patriots. Oh, now how about that answer? Ryan Maslow with the answer with the three-pointer of his own. So 19-10 is the answer for Belmont Abbey. Patriots are going to set up in their half-court offense. very much spread around the perimeter. Yebka underneath, trying to work his way along with Jordan. There's Yebka. He leaves his pivot foot down, but unfortunately he picked up his pivot foot while he was in the paint. That was a travel. Coach Gary Edwards says no way his foot was down. The officials see otherwise. The result is timeout on the side of Francis Marion. So with 11:36 to go, Belmont Abbey leads 19-10. So it's been all Belmont Abbey, really, since the 17:30 mark. We're now down to 11:36 to go. Quest Aldridge put together 5 points in a matter of less than a minute. Layup from Charles Solomon, another trade from Sean Halloran. Patriots answered with a bucket from Nasia Jordan, and then Ryan Maslow with another three. So Belmont Abbey really starting to get hot from the floor. For Belmont Abbey, both squads hitting at a 40% clip out on the floor. However, Patriots have yet to hit from three-point range. Belmont Abbey has knocked down 3 already. So we're ready to get back at it. Patriots find themselves behind 19-10 here with 11:36 to go in the first half. The timeout from Coach Gary Edwards, the media results in a media timeout. Belmont Abbey now with possession with a chance to continue to double up the Patriots with a bucket here. Halloran dribbles from underneath the line, from underneath the hoop. However, Halloran did put 1 foot on the baseline, therefore he is ruled out of bounds. Possession back to Francis Marion. More pressure from Belmont Abbey. We'll have to see if Francis Marion can break that pressure just a little bit. Sure enough, a bit of a trap there. Good work by the Patriots to work their way up the floor. Three-point attempt from Nick Silva. Rims out. LJ McCoy with the rebound. Oh, dribble drive. Quest Aldridge looking really good. Created his own shot, but he couldn't quite knock it down. Rebound of the Patriots. Rollins makes his way all the way through the paint. Tian Rollins gets a little bit of room, knocks it down, slows the Belmont Abbey run. Patriots now within 7. Good ball movement by Belmont Abbey. Another dribble drive move from Quest Aldridge. Kick it out for the free three-point shot. That ball is missed. Credit the Patriots for continuing to put defensive pressure on as Belmont Abbey does a great job moving the ball, passing the ball, trying to free up open strokes for their Crusader teammates. Francis Marion's going to bring it up. Tian Rollins with the ball. No problem by Tian Rollins, breaking that press by Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey has pressed the better part of the entire game. We'll see if that takes a toll on their fatigue level as we get deeper into this game. Nari Jordan now out on the floor for the Patriots. Younger brother of Nasia Jordan, as we mentioned. Nari Jordan, freshman from Jacksonville, Florida.
For the Crusaders, number 4, Charles Solomon, and number 11.
Solomon coming in for Belmont Abbey. Also, Chandler Baker returning to the game. Patriots will inbound, having a hard time finding a lane to get that ball in. And we're going to get a blocking foul against the Patriots. So Nari Jordan called on the blocking foul while trying to get the inbound in. That's a unique foul. So he was moving, setting more of a moving screen or a moving pick, and that was figured out by the officials. That's why the call was made. Now we go possession to Belmont Abbey. Unlike Belmont Abbey's full court press, Francis Marion more than content to man up just a little bit on the ball handler, bringing it up to half court, but not nearly the level of defensive pressure on the full court is FMU.
Basket by number 11,
Chandler Baker knocks down the tray. I think we're going to call that one a long two. So two-pointer for him. Belmont Abbey, 21-12. So the foul call is against Chandler Baker. So Silva will go to the line.
At the line for the Patriots, number 34, Nick Silva.
The Patriots are going to be content with working the ball underneath, especially if it's going to draw fouls as it has so far early on in this game. Silva, sure enough, knocks down the first, and any score that FMU can get with the clock stopped, they're going to be satisfied with, seeing as they are down 21-13 here. Silva lines up. That one hits hard on the iron. Rebound by Rollins. Good work by Rollins. Oh, and Silva tries to whip that ball to a wide open Pierce. I think Silva got a little bit excited, overshooting Pierce. Pierce was wide open under the rim. He would have brought the house down with a two-handed jam. Could be certain of that, but instead the ball sails out of his reach, out of bounds. Possession back to Belmont Abbey. Both teams handling the ball very, very well. Not a whole lot in the steal department, but rebounding, as always, has been key. Belmont Abbey has been in control with a slight advantage on the rebound side for part of this game. So trying to make a save was Chandler Baker, but when saving it, he did put his foot down on the line. Possession back to the Patriots. Silva and Pierce content to stay down underneath the forward and center, awaiting the guard action to bring the ball up. Oh, athletic work by number 15, Jonah Pierce. Jonah Pierce with a turn and a strange angle. He had to find a way to get a lane to the basket. He did so successfully. Great work by Jonah Pierce on that bucket.
Fouls on the Patriots, number 4, Jose Benitez.
Now away from the ball, or pardon me, on the ball, Jose Benitez with the foul. Great ball handling work by Belmont Abbey, forcing the defense from Benitez to get a little bit too aggressive. Benitez did get in and get contact. Therefore, the foul, Belmont Abbey inbounds. Interesting possession there. That ball tipped out of bounds by Belmont Abbey, but the result is possession by Francis Marion. Francis Marion does recognize that there is pressure on the ball, so number 23, Nasia Jordan, comes back to help out just to give them numbers. Smart move. Patriots bring it to half court. Rollins likes to slow things down here. Rollins with a little dribble. He's going to try to take it in the middle, but unfortunately, that's going to be a foul call. Now, that could have been easily called a travel against Rollins. Instead, it's going to be a foul against number 11, Chandler Baker.
Number 11, Chandler Baker.
So Chandler Baker has been getting involved with the personal fouls. So not only is Mario Lacey stuck on the bench with 2 personal fouls, now Baker with 2 fouls. Baker's going to go to the bench. And with 8:38 to go in the half, 2 players in a bit of foul trouble on the side of Belmont Abbey. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see if the Patriots can take advantage. Well, unfortunately, an errant pass on the side of Francis Marion results in an easy possession on the side of Belmont Abbey. Quest Aldridge is going to bring this ball in. Aldridge looking for a way to get the ball in. He does so easily to KJ Garrett. Garrett with a little bit of in between the legs, trying to shake the defender of FMU. Back to Garrett. Garrett cycles in, gets underneath, wide open. Slices his way to the rim, but it is going to be a foul.
Number 23, Bosco Bojovic.
And that's a foul against Bosco Bojovic.
Number 28.
That's a bit of a surprise there. I really thought that there was going to be a foul against Francis Marion for everything to stop there, but instead it was Bojovic away from the ball. Rollins with possession. Gets it over to Silva. Silva gets muscled by Bojovic. No foul is called. Touch by Nasia Jordan. Oh, they're going to say no touch. And in fact, it's going to be possession to Francis Marion. So a very fortuitous call that could have gone Belmont Abbey's way. Instead, it's going to be possession to FMU. Tion Rollins picks up his dribble smartly, gets the ball over to Anderson. No problem. Patriots break that press again. The Patriots are doing a very good job against the strong full court pressure of Belmont Abbey so far today. Shot by Anderson. All three of these. How about that stroke from Javon Anderson? He had wide open spaces, and he takes advantage of it, knocking down the three-pointer. That's how you want to shoot it. And, hey, if you're wide open, you're supposed to knock it down. He certainly did so. Great work by him. And now we're going to get up. It's not going to be a foul. It's not going to be a travel. Instead, it's going to be a foul against the Patriots. That's going to be against Tion Rollins. And we're going to get a media timeout with the Patriots clawing their way back. They had been down 19-10. They now find themselves within 3. Belmont Abbey at the media timeout. Belmont Abbey leads 21-18.
The Swanfox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swanfox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Very much a defensive affair so far today. Here in the first half with 7:24 to go. It's Belmont Abbey 21, FMU 18. Very much a spread out effort from both squads. The highest scorer out on the floor between both teams has 6 points. That's Jonah Pierce leading the way for Belmont Abbey. Early on here, 5 points for Quest Aldrich. And Quest got his on back-to-back strokes. He got a three-pointer and a field goal within 1 minute of each other to account for his team-high 5 points on the day. Personal fouls are an issue for Belmont Abbey. 2 fouls each for Baker, Lacey, and also Bojovic. For FMU, personal fouls not a problem, although both squads with 7 fouls, no one has more than 1 foul on the side of Francis Marion. Count the first free throw for KJ Garrett. Big box out effort on the side of FMU. Jonah Pierce and also Nasia Jordan getting ready to box out there. Unfortunately, an easy rim out results in a ball kick out to Quest Aldrich. Aldrich finishes things off with the three-pointer. So good answer by Quest Aldrich on the fortunate bounce off of the rim. Anderson was looking to get the answer on the three. It wasn't open, so instead we're rebounding underneath the rim, eventually collected by Charles Solomon. Driving underneath is KJ McCoy. KJ Garrett, kick it over to LJ McCoy. McCoy knocks down the three-pointer. So 2 3-pointers in a row for Belmont Abbey, that of Quest Aldridge and LJ McCoy back-to-back. Belmont Abbey now with a 9-point lead, 6:40 to go here in the first half. Anderson gets the chance at a three. Anderson doesn't quite get rim, so the shot clock continues. Oh, go ahead and reset that shot clock. No matter. Possession to Belmont Abbey. Oh, nice shake and bake by number 4, Charles Solomon. He showed left hand driving to the paint, instead flips it back to his right. Up for the lay-in. Belmont Abbey with its greatest lead of the game. They lead by 11. So some wholesale changes coming for Francis Marion at the next break. FMU looking to put 3 new players in. Tion Rollins in and out, hoping for that three-pointer to go. Not quite. Belmont Abbey comes again. Quest Aldridge is going to work his way underneath. And one is the opportunity. Charles Solomon knocks down the lay-in, and he's going to get the and one bucket to go.
The basket, fouls on the Patriots, number 23,
Nija Jordan with the foul there. So things going very much Belmont Abbey's way. Belmont Abbey starting to create with the fast break opportunity, also knocking down a few three-pointers. The result, a 31-18 lead over Francis Marion with a free throw to come from Charles Solomon. Charles Solomon, you can see he collects himself. Stroke with the left hand, gets it to go. Solomon uniquely gets things going. One white shoe and one black shoe from Solomon, but guess what? It's working for him. Solomon with the and one finish there a moment ago. Driving the lane is Robinson. How about the rebound attempt from Jonah Pierce? Jonah Pierce collects it and then knocks down the lay-in to stop the Belmont Abbey run. Block on the way up. Quest Aldridge trying to go to the rim. Here come the Patriots. Three-pointer from Robinson. Robinson with the three-point attempt is foiled. Trying for the Euro step. Doesn't quite go. LJ McCoy, though, he is going to draw the foul. Good work by LJ McCoy to get to the hole. Matthew Lee with the foul against him. That's going to result in an opportunity for LJ McCoy. So Matthew Lee trying his very best to defend, but that Euro step seems to have thrown him off just a little bit, just enough to put physical contact on LJ McCoy during his attempt. LJ McCoy is going to shoot two. McCoy misses the first. Belmont Abbey with a 32-20 lead, 5:20 to go here in the first half. 9 fouls against FMU, 7 against Belmont Abbey. Both free throws missed. A little bit too much arc on that pass. Otherwise, there would have been an opportunity for Robinson to run, but instead Robinson had to wait to get the ball. FMU has to be satisfied with setting up their half-court offense. Losing the handle is Jonah Pierce.
Substitutions for the Crusaders, number 11, Chandler Baker.
Two Crusaders coming in. Chandler Baker comes into the game, and now Emmanuel Hernandez with his first entry into the game from Hatillo, Puerto Rico. Forward, the senior from Puerto Rico, makes his first entry into the game. Patriots with possession. Anderson with the stroke. He is off the mark, so Patriots have gone mostly cold here on shooting, minus the balls from underneath the rim. And you want to talk about the opposite of cold. How about Quest Aldridge, who has really gotten things going for Belmont Abbey. Quest Aldridge up to 8 points on the day. Robinson with a wide open three-pointer, just in and out. So the Patriots really aren't getting any help from the hometown rim. Instead, their three-point attempts are going just in and out, just barely missing. And you know who's making? Belmont Abbey with another three-pointer. How about Ryan Maslow with the tray? So we're going to get a timeout on the floor. This is a 30-second timeout. So let's talk about the three-pointers for both squads. And in fact, we are going to go with the media timeout. Belmont Abbey with a 17-point lead, 4:18 to go in the first half.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Visiting Crusaders have opened up an 18-point lead here with 4:18 to go in the first half. 17-point lead. Belmont Abbey leads 37-20. It's been largely on the solid shooting of Belmont Abbey. From the field, Belmont Abbey is hitting at a 54% clip. They are 6 of 10 from the three-point arc. Yes, that's a 60% three-point percentage. And that kind of shooting from three-point range will get it done against the Francis Marion University Patriots. Patriots hitting only one of their 10 three-point attempts. So we're ready to get back to it. Francis Marion University is going to have to take some small bites, try to get back into this game. Right now, Belmont Abbey is looking good. Belmont Abbey has pressed with a full court press and a full court trap for the better part of the entire game that has pressured Francis Marion to not be able to get into their half court offense. And the result has been steals and deflections like that one that you saw a moment ago by Belmont Abbey. Francis Marion on the run. Silva changes his mind. Instead of passing, he decides to handle it himself. Gets the ball off the glass. Bucket for Francis Marion. Oh, good block by Anderson against number 1, KJ Garrett. KJ Garrett was driving the lane. It looked like he had a little bit of room, but instead the reach in to get the block was Javon Anderson. Good work by Anderson to get the stop there. So Chandler Baker will bring it in from the baseline, looking for somebody. Oh, slips it underneath, is able to get it in, but is getting pressured. We're going to get the jump ball. Good work by Yebga, Johann Steve Yebga, number 30, getting in on the hands and the possession of KJ Jarrett to get the jump ball, to get the held ball, and to get possession back for the Patriots. So Francis Marion's going to go ahead and bring it up. No problem getting to half court. It is going to be a foul.
Fouls on the Crusaders, number 5, Sean Holleran.
This one against Sean Holleran in the process of pressuring that ball at about the half court.
L.J. McCoy.
Sean Halloran with the foul. So back into the game, L.J. McCoy and Quest Aldridge. For the Patriots back in, Tion Rollins. Of course, Rollins back in on that possession. There's the first free throw of the 1-and-1. He misses it. Out of bounds, that ball glances off the fingertips of Johann Steve Yebga. The ball out of bounds. Things not going Francis Marion's way. Belmont Abbey with a 15-point lead. Possession by Sean Halloran bringing the ball up for Belmont Abbey. And we're going to get another foul called. It's going to be a foul against Johann Steve Yebga. And now the double bonus for Belmont Abbey. 10 fouls against FMU. So Charles Solomon going to go to the line.
Number 4, Charles Solomon.
So for 3:23 remaining, Belmont Abbey is going to be in the double bonus with a chance to shoot 2 with every foul that FMU makes. So a nice opportunity for Belmont Abbey to score here with the kind of pressure that they've been putting on FMU. They have a chance to open up this lead. Their lead has been as great as 17. It is now 16, but they are looking good. Another foul is going to be called. This one's going to be called against Quest Aldridge. So more fouls called against Belmont Abbey. So Belmont Abbey very disciplined early on in this game on that press, but now starting to foul even at the half court. So a 1-and-1 for Yebga. Yebga with an opportunity to score here with the clock stopped and with the Patriots down by 16. Patriots need all the scoring they can get without any time elapsing if they want to get back into things. We're going to see Nijah Jordan come into the game here momentarily with Yebga prepping for his second free throw. Also Jaleel Robinson to come into the game. So 2 free throws. Both of them go down for the Patriots. Belmont Abbey getting back at it. Sean Halloran to bring the ball up along with Quest Aldridge at his side. Halloran rotates the ball. L.J. McCoy. More good ball movement on the side of Belmont Abbey. It's definitely a good plan. Open for the 3-point attempt is L.J. McCoy. He knocks it down. So a tray for L.J. McCoy. Lead back to 17 for Belmont Abbey. And we're going to get a travel on the side of the Patriots. Jalil Robinson with the travel, trying to bring the ball up against that full court trap of sorts. He's seeing a little bit of pressure. Now, the players weren't right up in his face, but they were close enough to really prevent him from moving and also prevent him from making a quality pass. Belmont Abbey's press has really, really worked wonders against the Patriots here in the first half. Sean Halloran to bring it up again, pressured nicely by Jose Benitez. Benitez all over Halloran. Halloran tries to get the shot, blocked instead by Jonah Pierce. Here come the Patriots. Over to Rollins. Rollins is going to turn and shake just a little bit, gets his way underneath the rim. Really love that work by Tion Rollins. He had a little bit of lane, had to turn both ways, shake and bake, turned his back to the rim, then turned back around and knocked it down. Great work by Tion Rollins. Great balance by Rollins.
Fouls on the Patriots, number 4, Jose Benitez.
So it's going to be a foul against Benitez. Benitez is not happy about that. You could see him say some choice words while walking by the broadcast table. He is not happy with that call. Sean Halloran's going to get 2 strokes here. In and out is Halloran.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 20, Javon Anderson.
Halloran normally good at the free throw line, hitting at an 8.29 clip on the season. So a rare miss from Sean Halloran. Sure enough, Sean Halloran knocks down the second. Belmont Abbey
Checking in for the Crusaders,
with a
number
16-point lead.
KJ Garrett.
More pressure from Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey has been rotating athletes in and out to try to save their breath, especially as they work hard physically on the full court with the full court press and the full court pressure out on the floor. They've been trapping, they've been pressing hard defensively on the full court, and that can be exhausting for the Belmont Abbey squad. They have not shown signs of struggle yet. And we're going to call the foul a shooting foul. That's going to be a foul against number 3, Quest Aldridge. Pierce really got bailed out there by Quest Aldridge. Silva was losing his balance on the way through as he was trying to go up for the ball. Quest Aldridge with the foul. Aldridge now with 3 fouls on the day. I'll have to check that stat there. I think the stat reads 2 fouls. Regardless, Quest Aldridge having a wonderful game today. The last thing Belmont Abbey wants is foul trouble for him, because if he's out on the floor, things have been going well for Belmont Abbey College. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Halloran brings the ball up, works it over to Ryan Maslow back into the game. Maslow over to KJ Garrett. Good controlled ball movement by Belmont Abbey. 3-pointer is missed. Rebound, putback attempt is missed by Maslow. Patriots regroup. Number 20, Javon Anderson, kicks it out to Rollins. Rollins misses the 3-pointer. Silva tries to get a ball to glance off a Belmont Abbey player to go out of bounds. Instead, it doesn't. The answer is Maslow. Maslow with a 3-pointer. Belmont Abbey up 45-28. Minute 10 to go here in the first half. Patriots struggling to get things going out on the floor. Javon Anderson handles the ball. He's going to try to slip it in and underneath. Back out to Silva. Silva takes the 3-point attempt. Silva knocks it down. All 3 of these for Nick Silva. Just what the doctor ordered. Silva with the knockdown. Then the steal by the Patriots. Patriots get possession again. Silva double clutch. Another tray. All 3 of these for Nick Silva. So Nick Silva within 10 seconds. 2 3-pointers in a row. Draws the Patriots to within 11. Patriots had been down by as many as 17. So 39.7 seconds to go. 2 quick 3-pointers from Nick Silva have drawn the Patriots back within 11. For Francis Marion, Silva leads the way, scoring 13 points on the day. Right behind him, is Jonah Pierce. Pierce with 8 points. Jonah Pierce with 5 rebounds. Jonah Pierce with 5 rebounds. And then also number 23, Nijah Jordan with 5 rebounds of his own. So those are the rebounding stats for the Pats. Now for Belmont Abbey, scoring-wise, Quest Aldridge with 10, Solomon with 10, 9 points from Ryan Maslow, including a couple of three-pointers that took place just moments ago. Rebounding-wise, 5 rebounds for Quest Aldridge. KJ Garrett leads the way as a playmaker for Belmont Abbey. He has 5 assists on the day. So we're ready to get back to it. 39.7 seconds to go. A flurry of points from Francis Marion University, including 2 three-pointers back-to-back from Nick Silva. Belmont Abbey is going to try to respond here. KJ Jarrett with the ball. Underneath to Charles Solomon. Up at the elbow, I'd say. Garrett trying to work his way down underneath to no avail. They are trying to get underneath, but the Patriots are preventing any paint action. So instead, Belmont Abbey is going to have to be happy with the three-point shot. 4 seconds to go on the clock, and then the late foul by Jonah Pierce. While number 1, KJ Jarrett, was driving the lane.
It's number 15, Jonah Pierce.
So shut off the shot clock. Jonah Pierce with a foul. Pierce now with 2 fouls on the day, along with Nijah Jordan and Benitez. 2 free throws coming for KJ Garrett. Garrett knocks down, in and out point. Even from here, it looked like that ball was going down. Instead, rims out. He'll get another shot at it.
For the Patriots, number 3, Jaleel Robinson.
Jaleel Robinson now in the game for the Patriots. Another free throw attempt for KJ Garrett. Collects himself nicely. I like the focus from Belmont Abbey in general. They are not rattled at all by anything. Good foul, bad foul, good call, bad call. Doesn't matter to them. They just press on to the tune of a 12-point lead. Patriots are trying to generate a shot. And the three-point, all 3 of these from number 3. A 3 for number 3, Jaleel Robinson. So that finishes the scoring. FMU with a nice response to get within single digits. Belmont Abbey leads 46-37. Let's get a little bit of a recap here. We talked a little bit about the scoring moments ago, but fouls are key. 2 fouls for Jonah Pierce, 2 for Nijah Jordan, 2 for Benitez, and 2 for Yebga. Belmont Abbey was in the double bonus for the better part of 3.5 minutes to finish off the first half. For Belmont Abbey, fouls are a problem for 4 different players with 2 fouls. Baker, Lacey got his 2 fouls early on, so we haven't seen Mario Lacey for the better part of the first half with 2 fouls. I'd expect to see him come out early on in the second. Also 2 fouls for Quest Aldridge, 2 fouls for Bojavic. So Francis Marion finds themselves down by 9, 46-37 to the Belmont Abbey Crusaders. And we're going to come back in about 10 minutes. We're going to give you a recap as we are in the halftime period. So as we take a break, Belmont Abbey leads 46-37.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration, all of the Board of Trustees is decked out in their regalia. Their black robes, their hats, their gold tassels. It's just a most beautiful picture of a very formal kind of occasion. And here we march into the gymnasium, and the music is playing, and the gym is packed. And as we come in, and as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. You see not just mama and daddy and two brothers and a sister, but there's grandmama and granddaddy, there's the aunt and the uncle, they're the cousins, they're the next door neighbors. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. And I can guarantee you that when you go to that graduation, you leave with a tear in your eye, because it's so, so special.
The desire and the love to take care of people is something that you kind of have innate. You kind of just have that thing. But Francis Marion gave me the principles, and they taught me the core values. They taught me leadership qualities, and they've just been foundational and offered a family that I can keep going back to. So even though my personal biological family didn't go to a university, and I didn't really get any experience, wisdom from them for that, I gained a family that could tell me all about college and even the afterlife of college by coming to Francis Marion. And I'm not sure you would have that with, other universities. Throughout the nurse practitioner program, you're already a nurse, and you're a devoted nurse, and you don't want to just quit. And that was another thing I specifically picked this program, was because I was able to look at the curriculum and know that I could work. I even asked a couple of the professors, one being Dr. Hopla, before I started the program, and even she told me, yes, you can still work while you do this. And I did. I worked 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Sometimes it had to be six days a week to get my 40 hours in, and I still did the nurse practitioner program. It wasn't easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Which the benefit of having classmates and professors that were both working and studying is, we would get worked up and worried about how would we ever do this. And then they would say, well, I can work these 2 12-hour shifts on the weekends and then have the week to study. Or a professor may say, well, you can get creative with your hours here. So you can tell that they've done this, that you can tell that they've gotten creative with their time as well. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such a daunting task, because again, you gain wisdom from their experience.
Choosing a college isn't easy. There are lots of choices to make and so many variables to consider. How do you know when you've found just the right place? The right college will make you feel at home, and that begins with a sense of place. At Francis Marion University, we have a beautiful campus that's safe, well-maintained, and filled with smiling faces. It's the kind of place where you feel you belong. where you wake up in the morning and know that the day ahead will be one you'll savor and enjoy. Now, that doesn't mean life at FMU is easy. There will be challenges. Hard work is expected. We take our academics seriously. You should too. Earning one of our degrees is a real achievement. But some toil, some time invested in a difficult task, that's okay. That's how you grow, how you become someone. FMU is a comprehensive public university, and when it comes to academics, our students have a wide range of choices. We offer more than 75 majors and courses of study. Our professional schools in healthcare, engineering, business, and education are all well-known and respected across the state. At the same time, the arts and the sciences remain the core of what we do. They are the perfect foundation for a successful career and a meaningful life. Programs are important, and we'll continue to work to produce new curriculum that meets the needs of our changing world. But we also know that a great education is less about what is taught and more about who is doing the teaching. FMU's faculty is made up of distinguished scholars and renowned researchers. They're experts in their field and expert teachers too. They love the give and take of the classroom and revel in the progress their students make. In FMU's intimate academic environment, where small classes are the norm, you'll get to know a lot of these dedicated men and women. Some you will remember forever. The academic work and its rewards are why you are here. But there will be a time and place for play, too. We have more than 60 different student organizations and field teams in 14 NCAA sports. A robust schedule of extracurriculars is a big part of each semester. You'll find space here for rest and relaxation. You'll make new friends and build relationships that last a lifetime. And then, almost as quickly as it all began, it will be over. You will graduate and move on to a life and career full of promise. You'll leave memories behind. You'll leave FMU, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Home is like that, you know. Welcome home. Welcome to FMU.
Thanks again for joining us here at Francis Marion University for this afternoon's men's basketball Conference Carolinas tilt between the visiting Belmont Abbey Crusaders and the Francis Marion University of Patriots. Belmont Abbey had opened up a 17-point lead, a flurry of three-pointers, 2 in a row from Nick Silva, though, closed the gap for the Patriots. Patriots closed to within 7. Belmont Abbey still leads 46-37. For the Patriots, they're, as we mentioned, down by as many as 17, leading the way for them. Nick Silva, obviously those 2 3-pointers in a row didn't hurt his personal statistics. He with 13 points on the day, 8 points for Jonah Pierce. For Belmont Abbey, They've really spread the ball around. 10 points for Quest Aldridge, 10 also for Solomon, chip in 9 for Ryan Maslow, all of them getting in on the three-pointer game. Three-pointers for Belmont Abbey have been lethal. Belmont Abbey hitting at a 50% clip from the three-point arc, 7 for 14 on the day. Only 4 for 14 are the Patriots. Patriots from the floor hitting 40% from the floor, 47% from the floor is Belmont Abbey. What's at stake here today? Francis Marion trying to get to 4 victories in the win column. That would bring them into the middle of the pack in Conference Carolinas play. For Belmont Abbey at 4-4 in conference play, a victory here would move them above 500 and get them ever closer to a better situation later on in the season. Really keeping an eye on the foul trouble for both squads. 2 fouls for 4 different players on the Belmont Abbey team. 2 for Baker, 2 for Lacey, 2 for Aldridge, and 2 also for Boyevich. For FMU, 2 each for Jonah Pierce, Nigel Jordan, Benitez, including one he really wasn't thrilled about. He came by the broadcaster's table and he was really not thrilled. Now, he didn't use any magic words, but his words were definitely pointed, saying that he was very disappointed with that call. Also 2 fouls for Yebga. For the Patriots, ball handling and assist action, Francis Marion, 3 assists for Tion Rollins, 2 for Benitez, Nigel Jordan and Nick Silva each have an assist, a dish apiece. Belmont Abbey doing a little bit better with the helpers. KJ Garrett with 5, Sean Halloran 3, Aldridge and Emmanuel Hernandez 2. Emmanuel Hernandez saw sparing time in that first half, so for him to still be in on that action, very good. Very excited to see in the crowd today the great Gerald Griffin. He was the first of only 2 athletics directors ever in the history of FMU, and also the FMU's baseball coach for many, many years. So we welcome Gerald Griffin, the legend that for the facility that bears his name. We call it the Gerald Griffin Complex, that houses our men's soccer, women's soccer, softball, and baseball facilities. So we welcome Gerald Griffin to the game today. So we're just about ready to get things going. FMU trying to capitalize on the momentum that they carried into the half. Belmont Abbey really carried the game, minus the first couple moments where the Patriots were up 6-0 very, very early. Belmont Abbey went up 8-5. Since then, they have not looked back. Belmont Abbey to inbound. Benitez having a kind word with one of the officials, and it's good to see them being jovial. That's good sportsmanship. I like the sound of that, and I like the look of that. So Belmont Abbey to bring things in. Halloran with the ball to get things started. A renewed and re-energized FMU. You can hear them hooting and hollering and making some racket to get some defense going. But the mid-range shot from L.J. McCoy gets things started for Belmont Abbey. The first points of the second half. Belmont Abbey with an 11-point lead. Benitez drives the lane. That ball rims out. Rebound to Belmont Abbey. Quest Aldridge, very active, takes the shot from the baseline. O'Halloran snatches the rebound off the floor. Going to the rim is Quest Aldridge, but going to the floor hard for the Patriots on defense was number 4. Going to the floor was number 1, Tion Rollins, but number 4 on the foul. So Coach Gary Edwards checking in on Tion Rollins to make sure that Rollins is okay. Rollins isn't going anywhere. I think that sometimes a hip can sound exceptionally loud when it crashes against the wooden floor here in the Smith Center. He's going to walk that one off. No problems there. In the meantime, Quest Aldrich with a miss on the front end. Aldrich makes the second of his 2 free throw attempts. Inbounding is Pierce. More pressure from Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey with full court press and full court trap action for most of the game today. So we'll see if that wears on them fatigue-wise as we make our way down the stretch here in the second half. Rollins loses the handle. Halloran makes the save over to Quest Aldrich, and the alley-oop jam from number 13, Mario Lacey, back into the game. Great work from Aldrich to find Lacey. Lacey with the alley-oop two-hand dunk to finish things off. Nija Jordan gets it out to Benitez. FMU now slows things down. Nija Jordan with a shot from the free throw line, no good. Halloran with the rebound. Oh, wide open in the corner is Quest Aldrich. Aldrich misses the tray. Benitez going to bring the ball up. Shot by Rollins. All 3 of these. Not enough ball pressure from Belmont Abbey, so Rollins decides to take the step-up tray. He does so, knocks it down. Patriots need all the momentum they can get here as they try to crawl back into things here in the second half. Belmont Abbey with an 11-point lead. Belmont Abbey's lead was 9 going into the half. Belmont Abbey with a score of their own. Now Francis Marion answers back. FMU with the ball. Rollins is going to drive. He's at the elbow. Moves it over to Yebga. Yebga out to Benitez. 3-point stroke. Hits the top of the glass. Thereby immediately called out of bounds. That ball, unfortunately, that look was pretty good. Benitez not happy about his look. He was hoping that that ball would go down to gain some momentum for FMU. In the meantime, Belmont Abbey's content to slow things down and then dribble and move things out. How about the 3-point shot from number 11 of Chandler Baker? Rebound on the side of FMU. Silva now to bring things up. Silva not afraid to bring the ball up. Big man Silva, 6'7" from Sao Paulo, Brazil, with some nice handles there. Jonah Pierce with the ball. Pierce is going to take the long-range 2-pointer. Yebgo with the rebound. Benitez is going to take it to the hole. Benitez didn't realize that he had more room than he thought he did. Pierce is going to go up, try for the jam. Maybe he should have laid it in. Regardless, Pierce is going to get a chance at 2 free throws here. Belmont Abbey still looking good on defense, putting pressure on the FMU players, and you can see that Pierce looking a little bit ginger, a little bit roughed up there. A little bit of wincing of his own. He's going to get 2 free throws. Halloran, the official, and Silva all having a chuckle there. I think Halloran's laughing. Not sure quite what the exchange is all about, but Halloran thought it was pretty funny. Silva doesn't think so, but hey, if you're Halloran, it's easy to laugh with an 11-point lead. Now make it 10 on the Pierce front-end make of the free throw. Pierce knocks down the second, so 2 free throws for Pierce. FMU back within 9. Quest Aldrich to bring the ball up. Aldrich pressured by Benitez. Aldrich is content to make to come in, but that pressure from Benitez eventually results in a hack from Benitez. So another foul for Benitez. Benitez is going to come out of the game. Jamal Anderson steps in. Inbound for Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey pressured nicely. However, the result is a 3-point attempt by Belmont Abbey. And the call is going to be against the Patriots. Nick Silva. Patriots are not happy with that call. Jonah Pierce is very, very shocked about that, as are the rest of the Patriots. 3 fouls early on by the Patriots. 16:49 to go in the second half. Inbound to Boyevich. Boyevich kicks it over to number 11, Chandler Baker. Baker gets the three-pointer to go. Tion Rollins over to Anderson. Anderson is going to try to answer with a three. All three of these for number 20, Javon Anderson. The sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina, gets the tray. Good answer against Chandler Baker's tray a moment ago. Quest Aldridge at the elbow. Just missed. And it's going to be a foul against the Patriots. Now, I think that foul could have really gone either way. It's going to be a foul against Nija Jordan. Scratch that. It is not Nija Jordan. Try to get a check on that foul. Pardon me. It is marked as Nija Jordan. But Jordan is not on the floor. It's actually Javon Anderson with the call on that foul. Working their way to the rim is number 3, Bosco Boyevich. Another foul against Francis Marion. That one's against Nick Silva. So the Patriot faithful becoming a little bit unrest regarding the fouls called against Francis Marion. These sorts of fouls were not occurring in the first half. However, I don't see this as a mind change by the officials. I just see a little bit more reach in by the Patriots, a little bit more impatience by the Patriots as they try to close that gap. The result has been a couple of fouls here, especially due to the offensive pressure and dribble drive of Belmont Abbey. Boyevich makes the first and makes the second. So 2 free throws for him, take it up to an 11-point lead for Belmont Abbey. The lead has been 9 or 11 for most of the second half. Belmont Abbey took a 9-point lead into the half. It's going to be a steal for Quest Aldridge. Aldridge uses his body nicely to prevent the block. Quest Aldridge with a left-hand lay-in. Belmont Abbey opening up a 13-point lead. Javon Anderson handles the ball, brings it into Pierce. Pierce to Yebga. Yebga having a hard time getting that ball. He does get that ball inside to Silva. Silva tries to get the and one to go. Instead, it does not. It's going to be a foul against L.J. McCoy. And we're going to get the media timeout. So 15:36 to go here in the second half. Belmont Abbey leads 58-45. Free throws coming when we come back.
This is Conference Carolinas.
So thanks again for joining us. Thanks for sticking around out of the media timeout. Belmont Abbey leads 58-45. Belmont Abbey had a 17-point lead in the first half for the Patriots, only to come back with a flurry of three-pointers, two three-pointers to be exact, from Nick Silva to draw to within 9 single digits out of the first half. Since then, it's been a back-and-forth affair here in the second. Belmont Abbey now with a 56-45 lead. So some free throws are coming here shortly after Bosco Boyevich scored 2 free throws of his own. So now that we're back in action, it'll be Nick Silva at the line.
Reset the game at the line for the Patriots.
Silva on the season hitting at a 7:43 clip from the line. So a solid free throw shooter is Nick Silva. 15:36 to go. Silva collects himself out of the restful timeout. Front rim, back rim, and just out, so misses the front end. Nick Silva will get a second attempt with some solid box out effort on the side of Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey with the defensive rebound. Holleran, kick it over to McCoy, Garrett, and then to McCoy, back to Garrett. Belmont Abbey decides to slow things down. Good work by Garrett, patrolling the offense for Belmont Abbey. Sneaks that ball down underneath to Solomon. Solomon just misses, and it's going to be a foul, a shooting foul, and it's a hold. That's going to be against Yebga on the call.
The Patriots, number 30, Johan Steve Yepka.
Yebga not too happy about that one. They're going to say that it was a hold while trying to get that pass off. Nija Jordan back into the game for the Patriots.
And number 3, Jaleel Robinson.
Add Jaleel Robinson to the on-floor roster here, just coming in for the Patriots. And it's going to be another foul, this time a foul against Belmont Abbey on the move.
Number 5,
Sean Halloran with a moving screen of sorts, trying to free up a little bit of room to get that inbound to work, but instead Halloran with the foul for Halloran. Only his second foul of the day, but he's going to take a seat to get collected. Back to full court press and pressure from Belmont Abbey. Pressuring the ball, handled nicely by Javon Anderson to bring the ball beyond half court. Yebga over to Jordan. Jordan takes the long distance to count it either way. Good stroke by Nija Jordan to get that ball to go. Belmont Abbey's going to try to answer, cycling nicely out at the top of the key, but on the drive, the ball is stolen. Anderson takes it from end to end, knocks down the two-pointer. Coach Gary Edwards says, get down, get down. Try to get down to get on defense to prevent Belmont Abbey from the pressure on the run. They cannot do so. Silva handles the ball, content to slow things down up at the circle. Now he's got his back to the defense, and the result is a Belmont Abbey reach-in call. Not too happy about that is Quest Aldridge. Quest Aldridge getting called for the foul, and that's key. Quest Aldridge is going to come out of the game. He's motioning that he is coming out, and for Quest Aldridge, his third foul of the game. Belmont Abbey doesn't want to lose him. He has been a catalyst out on the floor, both with his dribbling, ball handling, and, of course, with the rest of his work for the squad. Very good defender. He has 13 points on the day. Nick Silva with the Euro step high on the glass. More of a long step. Not quite the Euro. Either way, Silva gets it to the glass, knocks it down. Patriots remain within 9. LJ McCoy slips it underneath, tries to slip it underneath, stolen by Jaleel Robinson. Patriots trying to get any advantage they can. Move it over to Silva, trying to close that gap. It's been a 9-point lead or better for Belmont Abbey for a large part of this game. Missed shot by Jaleel Robinson. Result is possession back to LJ McCoy and the Crusaders. LJ McCoy slowing things down, kind of fools Jaleel Robinson just a little bit. Jaleel Robinson goes to the floor. And they're going to call a flop penalty or a flop foul called against Jaleel Robinson. Now, I kind of disagree with that one. I don't think that it was a flop. I think he got deked, and then he fell down. And the result is a foul against Jaleel Robinson. So Coach Gary Edwards is going to talk to the official, and Gary Edwards first puts his mask over his eyes, kind of sending a message saying, hey, what did you see? Doesn't look like you saw what I saw. Doesn't look like you saw much. Now, I tend to say that this is definitely, I think Gary Edwards is in the right on this one. I think that Jaleel Robinson got deked, and on his move backwards, he lost his balance and went down, but instead the call is going to be against Jaleel Robinson. So the conversation is over between Edwards and the official. We're ready to get back to things. We're going to get the inbound from Ryan Maslow. Maslow with a couple of key three-pointers in the first half for Belmont Abbey. He will inbound here with 13:08 to go in the second half. KJ Jarrett handles the ball. He's going to go, Garrett is going to go toward the rim. Now, lots of good ball movement on the side of Belmont Abbey. It's going to be a kicked ball, and the result is an immediate whistle. That's one of those unique calls that I wish that the basketball would change, is that a kicked ball results in an immediate whistle when, hey, if a kicked ball results in a benefit to the squad that was on offense, why not let them keep possession of the ball and keep things rolling? At any rate, that's the call. Belmont Abbey with possession. KJ Garrett works his way over to Emmanuel Hernandez. Hernandez with the miss, rebounded by Robinson. Jalil Robinson brings it up. Number 3 kicks it over to Javon Anderson. Patriots are in their half-court offense. Yebga with the ball. Trying to get the ball underneath to Silva. Reach in for the steal is Ryan Maslow. Maslow over to Hernandez. Hernandez is going to go to the rim. Hernandez doesn't quite get it to go. Oh, and down in some pain is number 13, Mario Lacey.
Number 30,
Johann Steve Yebga with the foul against. So FMU already with 8 fouls against. We're not even 8 minutes into the second half. Already in the bonus is the Patriots. 2 more fouls. It'll be double bonus time for FMU, or pardon me, double bonus for Belmont Abbey. That could spell major problems for FMU here as they try to close the gap. Missed free throw from Belmont Abbey. Mario Lacey with the miss.
Number 1, Tion Rollins. Number 15, Jonah Pierce.
Tion Rollins and Jonah Pierce into the game for the Patriots. Mario Lacey collects himself, as you can see, after missing the first. He's going to try for that lefty stroke again. Misses that one too. Rebound by number 14, Maslow. His putback doesn't work. Patriots take possession. Over to Silva. Silva's going to go for the three-point stroke. Doesn't quite go. Rebound by Robinson. Ball in and underneath to Pierce. Pierce knocks it down. It's an and one for Pierce. Pierce is going to go to the line. Patriots now within 7. Maslow with the foul. Patriots finally break the 9-point deficit curse. They'd been down by 9 and as many as 11. Back and forth they went all throughout this second half. Patriots now within 7, a chance to get within 6 with a Pierce make here. No go. Rebound, possession to Belmont Abbey. Here comes Garrett. Garrett quickly drives in. Maslow back to Garrett. Good teamwork by Belmont Abbey. I'm really impressed with the ball handling and communication by Belmont Abbey here today. They really rotate the ball very well. They know what to do when a teammate gets in trouble. So they understand their lanes very well. They create shots like that one, a 3-point stroke for KJ Garrett. Back to 10 points is the lead for Belmont Abbey. Rollins is going to try for a three-pointer of his own. Oh, in and out. That one looked good from here. I had one of the best angles. It sure looked good, but instead, no go. Halloran is going to slice and dice to the rim. To no avail. That ball doesn't go down. He was trying for the left-hand spinner off the glass. Not quite enough to get the job done. Tion Rollins slips it underneath to Pierce. Pierce is blocked by Mario Lacey Jr. Here comes Halloran. Halloran back to Lacey Jr. It's going to be a foul. That's going to be the 9th foul against the Patriots. That's against number 1, Tion Rollins. And we're going to get a media timeout with 11:09 to go. We're going to see free throws from Belmont Abbey when we come back. Belmont Abbey leads 63-53. So out of the media timeout, 11:09 to go in the second half. Crusaders holding on to a 63-53 lead. For the Crusaders, they've had a 9-point lead for the better part of the second half. They were up by as many as 17 in the first. FMU closed it to within 9. Since then, it's been back and forth. Crusaders not leading by any greater than 11, nor behind by more than 7. That 7-point deficit only moments ago. Leading the way for Belmont Abbey, 13 points for Quest Aldridge, 10 for Solomon. Chipping in with 9 is Ryan Maslow. McCoy and Baker each have chipped in with 5 points. Add in 6 from Lacey. It's been a spread out affair for Belmont Abbey. Nick Silva leads the way, 15 points for the Patriots. Jonah Pierce comes in right behind him with 12. Free throw attempt for Lacey Jr. Lacey struggling from the free throw line, and for Lacey, free throws not his forte. He's hitting at a 486 clip on the season. That number is going to decrease after today's showing. He is below the mark as far as free throws is concerned. He is 2 for 5 on the day. Tion Rollins now with possession. Move it over to Jaleel Robinson, back to Rollins. Rollins now with the ball. Pierce hanging out at the free throw line, trying to arc his way around the paint, as is number 23, Nija Jordan. Errant pass is going to result in an over and back with the collection from Jaleel Robinson. So Belmont Abbey comes back with possession. Bosco Bojovic with possession and Bojovic into the game. Belmont Abbey with a 64-53 lead. LJ McCoy moves it over to Garrett. Garrett loses the handle. It used to be a palm call, but now the palm does not exist. That is not a rule. And with 1 second on the shot clock, number 11, Chandler Baker, throws up a three-pointer. It does not make possession back to the Patriots. Silva could have been called for a juggling of the feet. Instead, away from the ball, it is not, or with the ball, but not near the rim. It is not noticed. Surprisingly, Patriots retain possession. Nija Jordan with possession of the ball. Timeout called from Coach Gary Edwards. Gary Edwards not happy with his Patriots. Now, halfway into the second half, he's really cajoling his squad to move a little bit more on offense. So we're going to get the media timeout. Belmont Abbey leads 64-53.
The Swamp Fox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Well, folks, thanks for joining us again at the Francis Marion University in the Smith Center, and Thunderstruck being played by AC/DC on the overhead PA, and Thunder is just what Coach Gary Edwards did on his timeout, wanting a thunderous comeback by the Patriots. Patriots not able to figure out the Belmont Abbey College defense. They have full court pressed most of the game, and now they have opened up an 11-point lead. They've led with as many as 17-point lead earlier on in the first half. They've kept a 9-point lead for most of the second half, now opening up to 11. Patriots have possession. You can hear the entire FMU bench, including Gary Edwards, motioning and trying to key in on his squad to get a shot off as the shot clock expired. A bad shot, an air ball, results in immediate possession to Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey happy to bring it up slowly is Sean Halloran. Collecting that ball. A low bounce pass underneath. Now over to Bosko Bojovic. Bojovic to number 11, Baker. Baker's going to take the mid-range, knocks it down. 2 points for Chandler Baker. Patriots retain possession, return with possession. Rollins now over to Jaleel Robinson. Silva thinks about the three-point shot, instead kicks it over to Robinson. Robinson takes the tray attempt, misses, rebound to the Crusaders. Halloran brings it up very quickly, works his way down into the paint, kicks it back to L.J. McCoy. L.J. McCoy with a three-point shot. Ball movement really working for Belmont Abbey. FMU not quite getting back on defense in time to handle the quick ball movement of Belmont Abbey. Open strokes on the side of the Crusaders to the tune of a 69-53 lead. Pierce with the try at the baseline and the miss. Rebound by L.J. McCoy. Halloran brings it up again. Halloran again works his way up the floor. It's going to be a foul on the floor. That's going to be a foul against the Patriots. Tion Rollins, number 1. Now in the double bonus, FMU with 10 fouls. That means for the rest of this game, 8:42 remaining. Belmont Abbey with any foul will take 2 free throws. So nice situation for Belmont Abbey. All of that defensive pressure has forced FMU to work hard for their baskets. And then on the other end, Belmont Abbey with great ball movement has cajoled FMU into a lot of fouls, some reach-in fouls, some physical fouls, as Belmont Abbey has gone underneath the rim. Regardless, 10 fouls against FMU here in the second half. Double bonus time for Belmont Abbey College. Belmont Abbey with an 18-point lead, 8:40 to go in the second half. Anderson handles the ball for the Patriots. Down underneath to Johan Steve Yebga. Yebga is going to shake and bake on his own to try to create a shot. That ball doesn't quite go. Rebound to Bojovic. Belmont Abbey with another open shot. That ball with a generous stop. The ball actually stopped, rolled around the rim. Chandler Baker with the bucket. Belmont Abbey on solid defense. Tion Rollins tries to get underneath, doesn't see a lane. Instead, Yebga tries for the ball against the glass. He can't get it to go. Belmont Abbey with a 20-point advantage. Sean Halloran, shake and bake. That ball goes off a foot. But instead, Halloran is going to call special. That's the call on the side of Belmont Abbey. We'll see what special means. Special means a shot from Bojovic. Instead, that ball is not made. Charles Solomon with the rebound. Another mid-range stroke from L.J. McCoy. This one's a miss. Anderson brings it up. Jaleel Robinson back to Anderson. Anderson with the handle. Pierce tries to find some room. Over to Yebga. Yebga with a three-point stroke. That one does not go. Halloran's going to work his way to the rim. He was a little bit out of balance there. Tries for the bucket. That ball goes up off the rim. Rebound to FMU. First time FMU has seen a break in a while. Anderson's going to handle the ball between the circles. Motions for his offense to make the correct moves. Back to Robinson. Shot clock down to 11. Rollins now with the ball between the circles. Patience is the rule for FMU on this possession. Down to 4 seconds. Yebga's ball is deflected on the shot. Rebound by Pierce. Pierce knocks down the putback. Patriots now down by only 18. Full sail changes and full scale changes coming for Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey will substitute 5 players when we come back out of the media timeout. Belmont Abbey with a commanding 73-55 lead.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
Welcome back to the Smith University Center, where FMU has found themselves down 55-73. Fantastic run a moment ago by Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey has opened up an 18-point lead. Francis Marion is going to try to chalk up something to try to get some momentum back here with 6:21 to go. They've got some objectives here, and some small objectives include cutting it to single digits with about 3 minutes to go. If they can get within single digits, within 3 possessions, with 2 or 3 minutes to go, you'd say that they still have a shot, but they've got some work to do if they want to get that close. Belmont Abbey with possession as we start out of the media timeout. 6:18 to go. Nice pass is thwarted by FMU. Robinson is going to knock down the lay-in. Robinson on the run off of the steal by Silva. Silva with the steal over to Robinson. Robinson knocks down the lay-in on the run. Robinson now is going to shoot a free throw. Nothing like a stopped clock for the Patriots. Any scores the Patriots can get with the clock stopped would be good for them to try to get back into it. It's a 17-point lead. Make it a 16-point lead off the free throw for FMU. There's Belmont Abbey on the run. How about the three-point stroke? Wow, from Ryan Maslow. He took one big step into the corner on that possession. Knocks down the tray. How about that answer after the Robinson three-point play a moment ago? So great work by Maslow to knock that one down. It is an 18-point lead for Belmont Abbey. Patriots trying every which way to try to get back into things. However, they can't seem to do so. It's going to be possession back to Belmont Abbey. Bringing up the ball calmly is KJ Garrett. Garrett had been bringing up the ball very, very, very quickly with pace, but now with an 18-point lead, he has slowed his pace a little bit. There's no reason for him to rush with such a significant lead. He can eat away at the clock any which way. That would be advantage for Belmont Abbey. Right now for FMU, they're going to have to find a way to score. They can't be using the entire shot clock in a situation like that. Kicked ball from Quest Aldridge results in a clock stoppage and possession inbound on the sideline from Francis Marion.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 1, Tion Rollins.
Tion Rollins is going to come into the game, and also he will be inbounding for the Patriots. Belmont Abbey, still Quest Aldridge leads the way with 13 points, 12 for Maslow, 10 for Solomon. Anderson handles the ball, gets it over to Silva. Silva, again, thinks about the three-pointer, instead drives the lane, gets fouled, so he's going to get 2 strokes from the line. That's a foul against number 1, KJ Garrett. Belmont Abbey, 76-58 with 5:01 to go in the second half. 7 fouls against Belmont Abbey, so the Patriots now in the single bonus moving forward, and that's a good opportunity for the Patriots. If they can get to the line, they can, obviously, any foul gives them the opportunity to score with a clock stoppage. So we'll see if the Patriots can take advantage of that opportunity. Nick Silva awaits the floor cleanup, and that's why we are waiting for him to take his free throw. After players hit the deck, we want to get the floor and the sweat cleaned up so that players can play safely. No problem there. Silva now preps for his free throw, knocks it down. So the delay, no problem for him. He handles things nicely, knocks it down. Silva at the line. He's going to get another shot at it. Again, 5:01 to go. Patriots down by 17. Rebound by Belmont Abbey. Here comes Quest Aldridge on the run. Aldridge is going to get it out to Maslow. Maslow has been lethal from three-point range, especially down in the corner. Moves that ball around to a wide open, slicing and dicing Mario Lacey. Again, I like the ball movement from Belmont Abbey, players moving away from the ball, and when they don't have the ball, creating free looks, creating free passes. That has really been a catalyst to their 19-point lead. Rollins with the ball. He's at the baseline. Nowhere to go. He's boxed in. He's going to create a shot, and he does so. And he's hoping for the foul, but there was no touch on that one. But I like the work from Tion Rollins to generate a shot. He was trapped in trouble, finds a way to get out of trouble. Talk about no trouble. How about Mario Lacey driving the lane? Fantastic work by Lacey. Nija Jordan with the foul, but that's going to be the and one. Belmont Abbey now at 80 points. 4:11 to go in the game.
Number 13,
Mario Lacey is going to step up for another free throw attempt. Lacey 3 for 6 from the line with that lefty stroke. Knocks down that one, 4 for 7. Lacey now with 11 points on the day. 12, make it 12. There's Silva. Silva is trapped. Works his way nicely around to Benitez. Benitez with the and one. So Benitez drives the lane. Gets fouled. He's going to have a free throw attempt here with exactly 4 minutes to go. So we're going to have the media timeout with 4 minutes to go. Belmont Abbey with an 81-63 lead over Francis Marion University. Benitez with one free throw when we come back. Thanks again for joining us on the FMU Patriot Network. This is men's basketball action in Conference Carolinas play, the inaugural season of Conference Carolinas actions for Francis Marion University. However, it's been an unkind visit by the visiting Belmont Abbey College Crusaders. The Crusaders currently have an 18-point lead, though we await a free throw attempt from Jose Benitez, guard freshman from Hialeah, Florida, Miami Prep School product, now at the line.
Number 4, Jose Benitez.
So number 4 with 4 minutes to go is going to take a free throw to get things started here out of the last timeout. Front rim and good. Maslow is going to run the lane, run the baseline to get the ball inbounded. Patriots try to put a little pressure on. Belmont Abbey has no problems with that. Mid-range jumper from Chandler Baker is the answer. So after the Patriots put that pressure on, they couldn't make it all the way back. Belmont Abbey with the easy score. Javon Anderson over to Rollins, back over to Silva. 10 seconds on the shot clock as Silva spins and deals from the free throw line. No good. Rebound number 11, Chandler Baker. Baker brings up the ball. Baker from the elbow just misses. Rebound, Nija Jordan. Tion Rollins brings the ball up. Rollins has been handling most of the point guard work today. it's going to be a travel against the Patriots. That one was right in front of the official. Pretty obvious call there. 3:06 to go in this one. Belmont Abbey with a commanding 19-point lead. Patriots were up 6-0 early on in the game. Belmont Abbey opened up an 8-6 lead. After that, all Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey has a lead as great as 17 in the first half, with a lead as great as 20 here in the second half. Slicing and dicing to the rim, KJ Garrett. Garrett knocks down the lay-in. He's going to get a free throw opportunity. Re-entering the game, Jonah Pierce for the Patriots, and number 23, Bosco Bojovic for Belmont Abbey.
Number 34, Nick Silva.
Silva takes his place along with Pierce to box out down at the bottom of the lane on the free throw from Garrett. Garrett with the and one opportunity here. Biggest lead of the game for Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey leads by 21. Gary Edwards not happy, stomping his feet. Definitely not thrilled with the performance by his Patriots today. I don't blame him. They are behind by 21 with only 2:53 to go. Jonah Pierce with a hand in his face from Bosco Bojovic. Pierce then kicks it over to number 4, Benitez. Benitez up and over. However, that ball off the foot of Jonah Pierce. Driving the lane is Tion Rollins. Rollins can't quite get it to go. Rebound, Bojovic. KJ Garrett still running. Stroke from Ryan Maslow, not good. Rebound for the Patriots. Silva duels with Sean Halloran. Halloran nearly took it away. The fast break toss down to Pierce, but Pierce corrals it. Pierce up and over for the score. Belmont Abbey leads 85-66. FMU with a fast break score there. Now, KJ Garrett has really been putting pressure on with his speed, and I'll tell you what, I've been impressed also with the stamina of Belmont Abbey College. Belmont Abbey College, all of the first half and the better part of the second half has been in a full court press or a full court trap situation, defending the entire floor instead of going back to half court and resting, awaiting the FMU offense. And yet still Belmont Abbey physically showing dominance. No signs of wearing down, to the tune of a 19-point lead. And KJ Garrett, definitely the energizer. I wouldn't call him an energizer bunny. He is strong, fast. He has been handling the ball with utmost speed, driving for Belmont Abbey. Very impressed by his ball handling skills and his work out on the floor. Oh, we're going to get the alley-oop. How about Maslow over to Bojovic for the alley-oop jam. That is the icing on the cake now with 2 minutes to go. Alley-oop dunk on that side. Answer from Benitez. 2 minutes to go here in the second half. KJ Garrett is going to be called with the double dribble. He was driving hard and fast. He had a lane, and had he not double dribbled, he was going to make it all the way to the rim. His speed has been breathtaking here late in the second half. Great work by KJ Garrett. More pressure by Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey not afraid to pressure the ball throughout this game. Pass to Silva. FMU does break it, but now struggling to get into their half-court offense. Instead, underneath to Pierce. Pierce tries for the lay-in. He is pressured and fouled. So with 1:39 to go, 2 shots coming for Jonah Pierce. Belmont Abbey with a commanding 19-point lead. It's going to take some magic before FMU is going to get back into this one. Can't credit Belmont Abbey with the victory yet, but they can sure taste it at this point. First free throw is good for Jonah Pierce. Count both of them. Patriots are now down by 17. Belmont Abbey having a hard time getting the ball in. How about inbound to Casey Cox into the game for the first time. Over to Garrett. Bojovic makes his presence known with a left hand lay-in. Benitez comes back, blocked by Boyovich. Oh, Boyovich comes down just a little bit ginger. You could see him land a little bit gingerly on one foot. He's not too happy about that. Very uncomfortable landing by him. However, with a minute 26 to go, Belmont Abbey continues to put the pressure on. Although Benitez at the free throw line, he's going to knock down his first. Coming into the game, Matthew Lee. Hernandez comes in. Number 21, Emmanuel Hernandez. Benitez knocks down the second free throw. So now inbounding is Belmont Abbey. A little bit of pressure on the side of FMU. Matthew Lee trying to get that ball. He does. He taps it from behind. Silva with the ball. Benitez smartly does not put it on the floor. Instead, he gets the ball 2 steps and lays it in. Good work by him. FMU putting pressure on, trying to demonstrate quality basketball. Number 21, Emmanuel Hernandez, waited a little too long to get rid of the ball. He gets trapped. Turnover. Possession, FMU. Nick Silva with a 3-point stroke that misses. FMU putting pressure on. FMU down by 15. Silva goes to the rim. Silva goes to the rim again. No pressure by Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey doesn't want to have anything to do with stopping the clock here or fouling. With a 13-point lead. They are well in command of this game.
Timeout on the floor. Belmont Abbey.
That's going to be a timeout by Belmont Abbey. Belmont Abbey up by as many as 21, now up by only 13. FMU closing the gap here. We'll have to see if there's enough time for FMU just to continue to put that pressure on. A little bit of a brain freeze by Emmanuel Hernandez a moment ago. He had the ball. He's thinking that he's got to milk the clock, which is true, but he didn't get rid of the ball soon enough. He got trapped, and then the result was a turnover and momentum on the side of FMU. So let's see if FMU can ride that momentum to continue to close this gap. But with only 44.8 seconds to go, it's a tall task on the side of FMU to try to get back into this and try to tie it or even take the lead as zeros come on the clock to close out the second half. Maslow's going to bring the ball in. Maslow successfully inbounds the ball to KJ Garrett. No need to foul yet on the side of the Patriots. Patriots aren't close enough to have that be a very wise move. Belmont Abbey is going to try to work the clock here, down to 13 seconds on the shot clock, 28 to go in the game. Maslow is going to take the 3-point stroke. That ball hits the rim. FMU with possession. Robinson now with the ball. Robinson needs to take a stroke here pretty quick. He does so. Mid-range jumper isn't missed. 13 seconds to go. Take it down to 10. Patriots are going to go ahead and call off the dogs. Belmont Abbey is going to dribble this thing out. KJ Garrett, definitely the top player of the day for Belmont Abbey. And as the score goes down, time goes down to 0. 89 to 76 is the final score here at Francis Marion University. So let's get you some highlights really quick. 13 points for Quest Aldridge, 12 for Ryan Maslow, 12 for Lacey. For Francis Marion, the leader is number 20, Nick Silva. So Belmont Abbey moves up to 5-4 in the conference. FMU falls to 3-8 in conference. Belmont Abbey goes home for 3 in a row. FMU is going to go on the road, and they will come back home for the I-95 matchup against UNC Pembroke on January 26th. We certainly hope you'll join us. But in the meantime, today, FMU falls 89 to 76 to visiting Belmont Abbey. Thank you for joining us on the FMU Patriots Network. We hope you'll join us for men's basketball as the Patriots return on January 26th, 7:30 tilt. UNC Pembroke comes to Francis Marion. Thanks for joining us. And again, your final score, 89-76, Belmont Abbey over Francis Marion.